Hello, welcome to Catherine's Granny Squares. Today we're going to be looking at granny triangles. Now you often think of bunting when you think of triangles, but these little triangles can be used to make purses and bags, and you can start shawls off by just doing a triangle and expanding it. So they are quite versatile and they're excellent for using up your stash and indeed for practicing your trebles. So we're going to start just by doing a basic triangle, and I'm using double knit yarn from my stash, and I'm going up to a 5mm hook just so it makes it easier to see the stitches on the video. So we'll start off by doing a slip knot to get your yarn on the hook. If you're not sure of any of the stitches, you can check out the videos I've got on this channel just to make sure you're happy before you proceed. So we'll start off with a slip knot, and we're going to do 4 chains. And we're going to join into the first chain with a slip stitch, and then we're going to chain up 3. That chain of 3 will represent a treble. Now with your circle we need to just tease the yarn so we can see the center, and in that center we're going to put the hook and we're going to make 2 trebles working into that center. Then we'll make 3 chains, and then we're going to go back into the center and we're going to make 3 trebles. Trying to take my end along with me as I go. When we've done those 3 trebles, we're going to make 3 chains, and then we're going to go back in and we're going to do another 3 trebles. Then we will do another 3 chains to finish off this round. So before you finish off, just check you've got 3 sets of 3 trebles, and then join with a slip stitch to the top of that 3 chain that you made at the beginning. I'm going to be changing colours, so just get the scissors and snip off that colour and put the yarn over and just pull through, and we'll just pull the middle and we'll just have a little look, because that is the start of your triangle. Just pull it into shape there's your little triangle started. So we'll go for another colour. I'll keep with the colours that I had in this demonstration, triangle. So I'll go for this green, lime green next, and I will join in the next space along. I don't like to join in the same space each time. Join the new colour, and when you've joined, chain 3 and then do 2 trebles in that same space. We're making a shell here, a granny shell, like we do on the granny squares. Then we do 2 chains, and we're going back into that space, and we're going to make another shell. So therefore another shell is made up of 3 trebles. You use the 3 chain, remember, to represent a treble when you start it. So you made 2 shells of 3 trebles, and you put 2 chains between them. Now we're going to do 2 chains because we're working down the side. Then the next big space, we're going to go in there with 3 trebles. Two chains, oops, 2 chains and another shell, so 3 trebles. And then we're going to be working down this side, so we'll do 2 chains, and then we're going to go into that last space. Going to make 3 trebles again. Two chains and another 3 trebles. So we made another shell. And then 2 chains, and then to finish off this round, again we join on the top of the 3 chain that you did at the beginning. So just locate that and join with a slip stitch. And I'm going to do another round in pink next, so I'll just cut this yarn and I will show you the last round. I'm going to do, look at the ends, and I'll go for the pink as I say. Of course you can do your ends as you go along, you can take them along with you, you can sew in after each colour or leave them to the end. So I'm going to join in the next, finish there, I think I'll just join here into the next space there. Join your new yarn, your new colour, and start off with your 3 chains and 2 trebles. and then 2 chains, and then 3 trebles. So you're making 2 shells and you're separating them with 2 chains. Now we're going down the side, so we'll start off by doing 2 chains because we're going down the side, and we've made this space. So in this space we'll put 3 trebles. As your triangle grows, you will make more spaces and you fill them up with 3 trebles, then 2 chains, and that will bring us up to the next corner. So in the corner we'll make 2 shells. We do that by doing 3 trebles. We'll do our 2 chains between the 2 shells, and then we're going to make our second shell with the 3 trebles. Down the side we need to do 2 chains, and then we've got this space like we had on the other side, so we're going to fill that up with 3 trebles. Didn't like that, just pulled that out. And then we do 2 chains, and then in the last corner or point we're going to do 2 shells, so that's 3 trebles, 2 chains in between the 2 shells, of course. Then we're down the side again, so we do 2 chains and we fill in the space we made with 3 trebles. There are many different ways to do these triangles, the same as with granny squares. Some people don't put two chains like I have. Some people put 1, some people put 3 chains in the corner. So you've filled up your space with a shell. We do 2 chains, and then we're going to join to the top of the 3 chain that we made at the beginning with a slip stitch. If you were going to continue changing colours, you would do exactly what we've just been doing, break off the yarn and put your new colour in. If you wanted to carry on with the same colour, you've already done your slip stitch into the top of the 3 chains, so you would just go into the treble you've got next to it, and then you've got another treble, so just go into each of those with a slip stitch and then into the actual corner space, and then you could carry on with that colour that you're using. And also if you're using variegated yarn, that would be the same system, and of course you would be doing all the ends, sewing them all in or take them along with you. So there we have your basic granny triangle, which you can then use, as I say, to go on, continue. You can make it bigger, start making a shawl with it, or use it along with other triangles for purses and bags, etc. You can also just ignore the ends. Let me just put the ends all underneath for the moment. And you can also make fancy edging on the triangles like this. It's got a shell edging on it. And the bunting, oh my goodness, what fun making bunting with variegated yarn. I'll just try and bring this in. Look at all the different colours. I do love variegated yarns. So triangles are very useful, and hopefully you'll have a go at these as another way of practicing, if not to make a project. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, it doesn't cost anything if you want to do that, and hopefully I'll see you again in another video. Bye for now.